Okay, guys, welcome back. This is episode 20. No, wrong thing. This is episode
10.
10.
Say hi, Stan.
Say hi. We got old Daddy-O back, and we got Max on the floor sleeping like a champ. Let's do this thing.
What was that?
I'm good.
What was that?
I'm good. Okay. Let's rock and roll, guys. Ready? Welcome back, everybody. This is What's Really Out There. I am your host, Lexi.
And this is your co-host, Stephanie. And
This is
What's Really Out There.
And we have our very special daddy guest in the back, Daddy-O.
Again.
Yay!
Okay, so this one today is not going to be that long, but you know what? It's okay. So we are going to start off with the Alaska Triangle. Now, last week we talked about the Bermuda Triangle. So if you have not heard about that one, you need to go and listen to that. So yeah, let's
Check
get
it out.
started up in here. Okay. So the Alaska Triangle is compared to the Bermuda Triangle because they're sort of the same thing.
But not really. They're both triangles, but they're both
One's
shaped
on
different.
land and one's
One's
out
on
in the
water.
ocean.
Yeah, one's in land and one's in water. So let's see. It's 3,000 disappearance have happened in the Alaskan Triangle. And this is the part that I don't really understand because it's supposed to be on land, but it has had hundreds of years of destruction of 75 airplanes. And it has sunk hundreds of boats and ships.
Well, because there's a lot of lakes too.
Okay,
There's a lot of lakes and stuff up there in Alaska.
so that explains it then. Well, I don't know the land like that does. So, well, the area that it's around it's kind of woodsy, but not. It's
Woodsy, some lakes.
yeah, and it's connected by 3 points, like the one in the Bermuda one. It's I don't know how to pronounce the name, so excuse me. I think you pronounce it Genoa, Barrow, and Arkachawa. Arkachi? I don't know. It's connected by 3 points in Alaska. And at least more than 16,000 people disappeared there. Well, and that's just since 1988. So
Wow.
that's just documented too. Well, the missing person rate is more than twice. It's higher. You know what I mean? It's twice as higher than normal.
Yes.
Well, and they also call this one the Devil's Triangle too, and it's also known as Bigfoot Forest. So there's a lot of phenomenons there too. What else do you know about it? Because I don't really have anything.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle is just on land, and
And shaped
there's been
different.
it's a triangle too, Stephanie.
Shaped different.
Yeah, this one's more it's a triangle, but this one's more of an obtuse sort of triangle, and the other one's a perfect triangle. This one's a weird looking triangle.
And then,
So,
like I said, this one's covered over a lot of land and woods and stuff like that. And then,
The other one's smack dab in the middle of the ocean.
yeah. But then,
So-
of course, I think they got in that Alaskan Triangle. I think they have what do you call it? Sightings of creatures like Bigfoot and stuff like that too.
Oh, I'm wrong.
And people become missing left and right when they appear to go hiking in the woods.
Let's just go hiking in the woods there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Another forest y'all can do is a suicide forest.
Yeah, we need to do that one.
Oh, yeah, the one in
Japan.
Japan, that's it, with Russia.
No. Okay, you know what? Let's just jump right into some Mandela effects. So, okay. So, the recliners or whatever people call those
Yeah,
lazy
recliners.
boys.
Yeah.
Lazy boys. So, how would you spell that?
Recliner.
No, lazy boy.
Lazy. B-O-Y. B-O-Y.
See, there's a thing going around saying there's not supposed to be a Y.
Yes, that's how you spell lazy.
Well, I guess if you wanted to, you could go with an E.
Or like it's L-A-Z and then boy.
Huh. Well, then it'd just be Lay's Boy.
Lays, yeah. So I don't know about that one, but I saw that and I was like, that's grammatically stupid. Let's put it in here. So okay.
I'd be like, are you that stupid?
The cereal, is it Captain Crunch or Captain Crunch? Captain, like
You know, that one I've really never paid much attention to.
like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
I
like
never really have.
I would say
the short Captain Crunch,
Yeah,
not the full Captain. You know, like the shortened version of
Yeah,
Captain.
Captain.
Captain. That's what I always call it, and I've always seen it Captain, not the full word Captain.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't. It's getting to the point where I can't even keep up with these because every time I think it's something, it's the opposite, or like
Watch the mom will do the podcast.
or I don't know. It's so crazy.
What
So
was that one?
the Captain Crunch. Okay. Also, I had to watch this in school. You haven't yet. I don't know if you ever will. Did you ever watch Romeo and Juliet?
Oh, yeah, we had to.
Well, do you remember the balcony scene?
There's like been
Oh, yeah.
cutscenes.
Because I used to, I'm not trying to be dirty or, I'm not, I can say this because I'm just, when I was a kid, we used to always tell a joke going, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Down in the DAM bushes. You know, at her
okay.
window.
Yeah. Yeah, so you remember the balcony scene. I remember it. Well, people are saying that the balcony scene never existed.
Yes. There's been memes about it
Yeah.
in 2020. And there's this one.
And everyone makes fun of what
There's
you
been
just
a
said.
vine about it, a whole vine about it.
Yeah, everyone kind of makes fun of the, not movie, but like, you know, uses the lines or whatever, so. So yeah, I don't know, I saw that and I was like, what? Did you find the Captain Crunch one?
Literally.
Yeah, the
See, that's how I always
see,
see
that's
it.
the old boxes right there.
That's how I've always seen
This
it.
is the newer box, and the other one's the older ones. And it's
But yeah, it's
Captain.
not Captain, it's
It don't
Captain.
even really have an I. It's like Cap with an apostrophe N.
Yeah, it's not Captain, it's Captain. Okay, well, you know the Alice in Movie Wonderland?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
We watched it at, no, not at the Astros.
I don't know because I haven't seen the old one in so long, but the newest one I know that I'm pretty sure they said it. The cat, the Mad Hat cat or whatever, whenever he goes, we're all mad here to Alice.
Yeah.
Remember him saying that?
Yeah.
Remember him saying that?
Yeah.
Chester or whatever the cat name is? You don't
I
remember?
haven't seen that movie in so long, I couldn't tell you.
Well, I remember it, and a lot of people remember it, but apparently it was never said. Yeah, I was like,
I even heard the cat say,
and there's been quotes about it, and it's like a famous quote for that movie, so I was like, why? And it's like there's merch about it,
Yeah,
too.
every vintage box on Captain Crunch, I could see it's CAP apostrophe N.
That's weird. But yeah, no, I don't understand that one. I was like, that's weird. Okay, let's move on to another like mystery thingamabobber. So I found this and I had no idea about it. This is a money pit, the money pit of Oak Island. Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, you know about this?
Well, yeah, there's a big old story on the History Channel. They got a show about it. And they've had it on for like 4 or 5 years. There's these two brothers that bought the property that all this stuff's happened on. Stephanie, please, you need to pay attention to what you're doing and quit hitting your headphones on the mic.
Sit up, baby, so you can talk.
If set like this and move this over a little bit so you can see. And you won't have to hit nothing. There you go. Oh, here. Right
Yeah,
there.
it stopped. I don't know what happened.
How far back is it?
Hey, but for real though, are you getting tired of being in here? Then why are you not talking and stuff? Like, it's literally just been me and Dad talking.
So why'd you turn that up?
For real though, you need to quit moving in.
fine.
Just keep the mic right
Like,
there.
The whole
That
time you were blowing in that paper and I asked you to stop numerous times.
You need to quit doing stuff so close to the mic because it picks it up.
And you just need to be
So,
all fidgety.
You
You're
can
supposed to
sit
be.
like that and turn around.
Yeah, you want to do a podcast. You got to sit here and talk. That's what a podcast is. Sorry about it. That's what it is.
I got it back far enough. If you want to talk, step up and talk and sit back and you can still turn your head.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that. We had to do some editing on the thingy. So let's get back to it. I forget the video is really long time. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. We had something else to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's been a story on it, and these two brothers, because how they found out about it was some of the stories and stuff. So they bought it, and they've actually found some stuff.
Mm.
They found like because the belief is that they think
Pirate treasure or something.
not really the pirate, they think the God dang it, them people from the Middle Ages that got dismantled.
Oh.
They were the knights, but they were called something else.
Well, like the Knights Templar.
Yes.
Like that,
Yes, they think this ties to the Knights Templar because there's a stone they found with some writing on it. There's like a cross, kind of like how they used to wear or something. They just found some little stuff.
yeah. And I've also read that it's supposed to lead to, like, link to the Freemasons, too.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Story that I found on it was like over 200 years ago, adventurers began digging like into the island, like digging this hole.
Yeah.
And then like later on, like a local team, noticed strange lights on the island where it is. And then while they were investigating, they discovered it, and I guess that's whenever they bought it. These two boys.
Well, they're not the first two men to own it. The people before them, they've found stuff because the people I think that got it before the people that own it now are the ones who found out how the every time they keep digging, it floods in with water.
Oh, that's kind of
So
weird.
they think there's a tunnel leading from the ocean that keeps filled up with water, so you can't get in there and get the treasure.
That's kind of genius, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you go snorkeling.
The curse of it is it has to take so many lives before they say you find the treasure, and so far it's taken people's lives that has actually been out there to dig on.
Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, I can see. Look at this picture.
Yeah.
I guess that's...
Yeah, see, that one's of the chamber.
Oh, wow.
And they think there's like water, tunnels leading to it, and it floods them when you get close enough to the treasure. Wouldn't that tick you off if you get close enough to the treasure and it fills up with water, Stephanie?
Very upsetting.
This is some bull crap.
It's
This island's a prison.
But it's like, I don't really think anybody knows really how it got there or anything.
Nah, see, look, there's one diagram.
And like,
Yeah,
it
so-
shows
Is
like
that
the
video
levels.
right there?
That's probably one of the old guys that used to own it. There's been numerous people try to go out there for years and try to find it because they say if you find it, it's going to be an amazing find.
I'd say let's go and try to do that, but I'm not trying to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I thought that, I saw that, and I was like, I never heard
that
of
makes
this.
sense. It could be, like I said, it could be pirate gold. It could be the Templars. It could be the Masons.
That could be Arthur Morgan's or Dutch's money.
Okay, so I'm going to cover some ocean mysteries.
Mm.
Okay, so I should have pulled a picture to show Stephanie, but I didn't, If you want to look this up on your phone, you can, because you can't really read this computer. But this is about the steaming Black Sea. So basically, like, if you see the, like the Black Sea, you know what I'm talking about, Stephanie?
The Black Sea, isn't that the...
You good? Lost of words?
I'm kind of lost. I'm not lost for words. It's got the name Black for some reason, right?
Yeah, it's like really, really dark.
Yeah.
It's not black, but it's not blue, but it's like not brown.
Yeah.
It's really, really dark water. Anyway, it steams all the time. It's like off of Pirates of the Caribbean whenever they get close to the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
It's steaming all the time. Anyway, and they say that it's like due to humidity. Due to like science and all that. But they think it's that, but they really don't know just because it's always there. It's never like, oh, when a cold front's coming in. When the winds are pushing her, that's kind of just always there, steaming and rising and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool and weird, and it's just kind of like a mystery that no one really knows about, or like can't solve.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
I was
So-
my science teacher.
You want to be a science teacher?
No, I'm gonna ask my science teacher.
I mean, like the science to it, I mean, is like probably the humidity and stuff, but like all the time, I don't know. But okay, so there's
Maybe
also
just too much water and it just wants to.
evacuate.
Yeah.
So there's this ghost ship, the Kaz 2 or whatever. Well, this boat set sail in 2007 from Australia, and it was sailed like people. There was 3 sailors on it. Well, the boat was found drifting on the sea. No crew was there, but there was like, because it was 2007, they had like laptops set up, and everything. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like an older ship. It had like
It was pretty good.
new technology
New
and
technology.
everything. Everything was set up like they had just left, but the crew was never ever found.
Right.
So they don't know what happened to the crew, but the boat was found. So I was like, that's weird. And speaking of us talking about the Bermuda Triangle or something, maybe they got went through that or something. I don't know.
Well, the boat would go too.
I don't know. Maybe the boat made it out. I don't know. That is really weird. So then I mentioned this last week. The submarines that I was talking about, that went missing in like the 60s.
Yeah.
These submarines went missing in the 1968. 4 separate Marines went missing in the same year. One of them was never found, and the last 2 submarines went missing 4 days apart. They were like, not army, but they were like with the military or
See how
whatever.
black it is?
Yeah, that's the Black Sea.
It's like blue, black, and
Yeah, it's like a mixture.
It's really dark.
It's not like the normal ocean, the color that we always see. But like they all went missing and no one knows why. Like the other 3 were found, but like one of them never was, and they don't know what happened.
so the banana, whatever it's called, the banana triangle.
The Banana Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, baby.
I call it
The
Does
Banana
it like
Triangle.
does like the water sink in?
When on the Bermuda Triangle, it's just regular old clear ocean water.
And people just disappear because like every time
If you look, Stephanie, this is like basically a big lake.
that's the Black Sea.
Yeah, right there's the Black Sea. It's not really a part of the sea. It's like a huge lake right off of the sea.
But yeah.
See, it gets fed in by the ocean, but the water still stays that black.
It's really weird, and it's look, you can see the smokiness. on
Yeah.
it.
Bleach it.
And I know that
Bleach it.
most people know this, but like 95 or 90% of the ocean like still remains unsolved.
Oh gosh,
So, like-
it's so deep, Stephanie. There's depths that we can't even get into.
We can only explore so much of it because like we don't have the technology to go that far because your submarines can only stay on there for so long.
Yeah, and
Why?
even your robot submarine stuff can only go down so far.
Well, and like the ocean floor is so unlevel, like you reach like one part that's like 40 feet, and you reach another part that's like 1,000.
Well, there's some of the trenches, Stephanie, that are so deep it can swallow up 3 skyscrapers. And more.
yeah, like the trenches off in Finding Nemo.
Yeah, like that. The
Like,
big
you know how-
trenches.
Yeah, like that part of the movie where it's like, oh, this part, like there's the ocean floor, but then you go deeper and then you actually reach like the full ocean floor. That part.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then that's at the floor where they find all that stuff. Yeah, that's kind
Right.
of what that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like the giant squids. For years, people thought that was just some, sailor legend. But when they started washing up on sea, sometimes they're actually they're real because they live so far down deep.
Mhm. Yeah, it's crazy,
And
Okay.
they're finding more and more stuff the deeper and deeper and deeper they go.
and it's crazy because we haven't even discovered half of it.
Yeah.
Imagine what we're gonna find out like in 20 years.
God, I
about
bet
the
even
ocean.
in 20 years we probably won't have a good aspect of it because there's so much of the ocean and there's so much depths.
Well, because it's like what could be here or like what could be like in Florida could be different than like what's in Mexico or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? So
and
it's
too, they got underwater volcanoes.
yeah.
I mean,
There's
it's
one. I
crazy.
think there's one. I don't know if it's in Arkansas. I don't know. It's
There's their ocean's nowhere near Arkansas.
No, not in Arkansas. Alaska. I wanna
Yeah,
say.
Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska. I think there's one in Alaska that I was researching. I was like, that's scary. But anyway, okay. So this is another mysterious thingy. So okay, Stephanie. Whenever we're watching movies, what always happens?
Something bad.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
But
something good.
whenever we're watching scary movies, have you noticed like every time you watch scary movies, like anything happens with the animals?
Yeah.
So like This.
That's the scary movie we watched last night.
Well, I wasn't there last night, so I don't know.
Oh, we watched it through. Can I say it?
Copyright.
Oh.
So basically, like on a lot of the scary movies that I've seen, like a lot of the birds, it'll be like bird deaths. So this one's about this.
They say when
Or like that movie you're watching now with the guinea pig dying in the microwave.
Yes, I finished it, but yes.
they say animals are a good judge of the environment. If you see the animals acting weird to something, you better start paying attention. Because like when I think it was whenever that big tsunami hit the Philippines or something around Christmas, they said like an hour before that happened, animals were not running, but they was going to higher ground because they knew something was coming.
Yeah, animals are really smart.
Yeah.
Did you know that? I read this book. They kept the horses in pens when they would like winning or stomp their feet when an enemy or a stranger.
She loves her horses, if you can't tell. Okay.
It's actually
Really?
a fact.
They stomp their horses. I mean,
No, they would stomp their
their
feet or like
feet when-
neigh.
Oh wow.
So someone
cool.
came with a weapon.
So they're security guards.
But when they had
Okay.
Boy,
So basically, what I was trying to get to,
say.
like about bird deaths, like in almost every scary movie that I've seen, or like any like cult stuff, it's
Yeah.
like around this, like that happens. I don't know what it is about like black ravens or whatever they are.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
ravens are
crows.
black.
The crows view, whatever you call them.
We got crows, black ravens.
So
I'll show you
basically,
something
in
after the
Arkansas,
podcast.
or Arkansas, however you want to pronounce it, on New Year's Eve, about 5,000 blackbirds went crazy and they were slamming in buildings and telephone poles and trees and they died instantly. Well, no one knows what happened. Well, then that happened the next year and only 200 birds died this time. Well, people thought at first it was the fireworks.
Yeah.
But then they were like, that's 5,000 birds.
Yeah, there's no way it's happening to that.
And that doesn't happen here. I mean, we have birds, but like,
Yeah.
They don't crash in.
so I was like, that's kind of weird because I never knew what happened.
That is weird.
That reminded me of that Alien movie or whatever. That we watched or whenever they were circling the house and then they just went like flying into their windows and everything and just
God,
died.
it was like,
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know. That kind of creeped me out. I was like, if we ever see birds flying into our house, we better run.
run like a sailor, baby. Shh.
You want to tell your Aurora story?
All right, Steph, you want to help me out?
Aurora story.
Aurora.
Well, this is Aurora. It's a town. I think it's east of Boyd, like maybe 5 miles, 10 miles. But I'm gonna use her microphone.
In
for
Ohio?
this. No, did I say Ohio?
It's in Ohio.
I'm not having a good freaking day today with this stuff. Everything's
Sorry, guys. We're having a really bad technical difficulty day.
There, Dad.
okay. Me and Steph are gonna talk about Aurora, Texas. It's a town. I think, like I said, it's
An hour away.
east. It's an hour from here, but it's like people from this area, if they know where Boyd is, it's east of Boyd, like 10 miles. Well, in April of 1897, I'm sorry.
Cheers.
At the time, they didn't know, it's 1897. They had no idea what aliens were. They didn't even know what planes and all that stuff was. Well, the report in the newspaper was that something fell from out of the sky and crashed into one of the people's windmills. And what was it ever crashed into scattered into pieces. And of course, when they went to check it out, the townspeople, they found the body. And at the time, they didn't know what aliens were. They didn't even know the word aliens didn't even exist. So, I mean, it might have. I don't know. No, it couldn't have because they didn't even know about it. But they didn't know. They just thought it might have been some messed up looking human. So they buried it in the local cemetery, and they called him Martin.
Martin.
They should have named him Paul.
The story after that, you know what happened in 1997? You guys got to understand, there was no internet back then. There wasn't really no way to kind of like send mass messages like that. What?
It's like
What?
it's like that video game you play.
What video game? I know, but how is this about?
8
Oh, you talk about the cowboy game.
Yeah.
There's no aliens. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
There
There's
is?
two. I'll show you.
Oh, the next time you play and you see it, tell
One's
me.
by Emerald Ranch is in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't know it was on the game. But anyways, back then they didn't know what it was, so they just kind of went on about their way, picked the mess up, buried the body, and went on about their way. Well, about 100 years, it went dead. It didn't go very far. The story, no one really knew about it except the local people. Well, about 100 years later, in 1973, a TV show called UPI came out and brought the story back, and they still have the article from the paper. Now, it don't say aliens and all this because they didn't know. It's worded like something was in the sky and something fell out of the sky and crashed into the windmill on such and such date, and there was a body in it. They said body. They didn't say human in it. They said body. And they didn't know, like I said. Well, people brought the story back and brought more attention to it, and they actually have a plaque that's been there for years, ever since it really happened, about telling the story about what happened.
Can we go see Martin?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we can go check it out. It ain't far from the house. And then after that, it started getting more and more headlines. Well, they made a movie about it in 1986. Yeah, 1986. It's called the Aurora Encounter. And it's a small little bitty town, man. I mean, a real little bitty town. But like they said, they didn't know how to report on it because they didn't know what the heck it was. So they put something fell out of the sky, and there was a body, and they buried it in the local cemetery, because it's a bunch of people.
It could have been a meatball.
So
Meatball
they didn't
fell out of the
really
sky.
know, and the more people look into it, and
Let's
stuff,
read it.
and it's still weird. They say there is still a military presence around there. There's no military bases around it. The closest one is the Air Force Base over there in Fort Worth.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. They're probably still trying to find some of the scattered pieces from the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. It has to be a UFO and an alien. Now, I believe in that stuff because I'm sitting here saying, I don't think we're the only smart planet out there. There's no way you're going to sit there and tell me that we're the only planet with life on it that has intelligence. There's no other planet in the universe that has any kind of other. I mean, you ain't going to tell me that. There's got to be something else.
Yeah, and I mean,
And too,
considering.
considering all the evidence we keep seeing about aliens and stuff. Now, I don't know. I don't believe that they're like the Hollywood version. You know what I mean by that stuff? I don't believe they're the little green people with the big black eyes. I mean, believe me, I think there's aliens out there, but I don't think they have the Hollywood picture like that.
I think they're green and black.
Yeah.
I think they're gray, big, and scary.
So, I mean, I believe in them. So, I mean, we just need to pay attention more to the sky because I watched a show that shows, tapes of people catching stuff. And if you pay attention, you might catch something, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I have seen a few things, but I don't know if it's about like messing with me. It's like
Yeah.
the theory, I haven't done it yet, but it's like there's something like where like in a glitch or like the matrix system or whatever. I've seen like videos of like planes just like not moving, like just hovering in the sky. Or like I've seen a bird literally just sitting there, not moving, it's in the sky, not moving.
Did you just spill your coffee?
No.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. So look into that, guys.
It's a little amazing.
Yeah. But,
I think
I
that
mean,
alien
birds
stuff-
can't just stay there and flap their wings.
I think that alien stuff's kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not saying it's little green people out there and they're going to destroy us from Mars. But I don't think it's the Hollywood version so much. There's got to be something out there. We cannot be the only civilization or people or any kind of living creature that's got technology. You're not going to sit there and tell me.
yeah. Well, I am so sorry that was a shorty, but next week we have some spooky stories to tell you. So, how about everybody say goodbye?
Goodbye, little fellas and little ladies.
Say bye to himself. Don't sound so depressive.
Tell them, say.
Ayo.
Tell them the show they've been listening to. What's the name of it?
I forgot.
Wow. This is What's Really Out There. Don't forget to check out our Instagram, our Facebook at What's Really Out There.
It's going to take a little bit, but once I get all the other YouTube stuff done, I will get them a YouTube channel going.
Yep.
That's why we're trying to record more
They already
material.
have their YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will check you guys later.
Tell them bye, staff. Say
fantastic-
see you later. And tell them, say, hey, what's really out there? Report for us, guys.
Would be like that show.
Yes.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye. See y'all later.
You need to start talking into your mic and talking. Why are you getting all pissy? Dad can't just be doing talking for you.
We could have just said, hey, talking to your mic.
I can't do that while we're recording.
She'll get the hang of it.
It's been 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
See, it took you about 10 episodes to learn how to ride your bike, didn't it? And that was after running into Grandpa to Papa's barn.
Shut up. That was riding a bike, not doing a podcast.
And two, though, she was riding that bike and hit a bag of Papa's, deer corn or something. And that's what made her actually wreck.
And I was going downhill, too.
You made him
You
wait
wanna-
go.
Come on, Steph. You want to try and do hours or not?
My
Alexis?
ears? Oh. I called
It's up to
him
you.
Max.